Okay, let's take a look at this beautiful position. We are white. It's white turn to play. So pause the video for a second and try to find the series of best moves, but make sure that you first analyze correctly the position. Okay, let's take a look at the most important elements that we can see on the screen, on the board. So that based on that, we can find what would be the best move or the best tactics. Now, we do see a significant imbalance in material. Now, what does it mean? We have, for white, we have the rook and the knight, uh, while black has a bishop and a queen. So, in a way, it seems that black is up in material significantly. Let's look at the pawns: one, two, three, four, four, five, six. Black only one, two, three, four. So white has advantage in terms of pawns. And now, so now we understand the material indifference, which many times makes obviously as an important factor. Now let's look at what seems very striking is the fact that the black king is very bad. Black king on b5 is very much exposed, and this could lead to many different tactics that must be considered. And maybe white can exploit the fact that black's king is extremely exposed, almost no protection. There are many possible checks here, I think, and that's something we need to check. Okay, now let's look at what we call the position of the pieces, or the activity or the level of activity of the white pieces compared, let's say, to the black pieces. So the white's rook on e6 and the knight on c6 are very active. They're centralized, and they're pretty much in an ideal position to create tactical threats. So once and obviously we also can see that the bishop is targeting the rook, our rook, and that's something we must take into account in our next move. Okay, so if we take a look at, now we understand the important elements. We also see that the white king is pretty protected compared to the black king. So let's look at some forcing moves, like checks, captures, and threats. And I think the most obvious check that we can take a look at is knight to d4, checking the king. So let's see what happens. Okay, we have a check here. Now, obviously, the rook is eliminating all the possibilities of the king moving into those squares. So basically, black has this option, um, this option, and this option. Now, if you take a look, if the king moves into a4, pause for a second and think what will happen. You're right, we will move the rook to a6 and it will be a mate. And the reason is cannot move over here because of the knight, cannot move over here, obviously, cannot move over here with the knight. So we have a beautiful coordinated move of the knight and the rook. Now, let's say the king moves over here, and now again pause the video and try to find the best move. Okay, obviously I think you have seen the fact that the king now is aligned with the queen. There's a very clear skewer tactic. Let's say they take that, and then we take the queen, and white is an excellent position. So what we see that even though black is up in material, because of the coordinated location of the white pieces and the fact that the black's king is totally exposed, we were able to find really interesting tactics, also using the concept of trying to find forcing moves. And basically, based on this analysis, we were able to find the best move and win the game. So I hope you liked it, and I will see you in the next analysis.